Hospital porters, pride and dignity. Stop the New World Order. Welcome to HPANWO TV. Well, I'm walking down Magdalen Road in Oxford. This little suburban residential street. Looks very normal in most respects, as you see. Just houses, street lamps, telegraph poles, roads and cars. But then it's not. There's a bit more to it than you might think. Now, many cities around the world have what has become known as a Bohemian Quarter. That is a part of the city where lots of kind of non-conformist people live, of intellectuals, avant-garde thinkers, philosophers, artists, writers. You know, I mean, the most famous one is Paris, which has its Rive, Gauche, the left bank of the Seine, you know, the Latin Quarter in that area. Paris has a very, very big tradition in Bohemian culture. I don't know why it's called Bohemian, actually, because Bohemia is actually in the Czech Republic, I think. It's an area. Hello, thank you. One of my fans there, sorry, you didn't ask for an autograph anyway. Now, Oxford doesn't have one of these places. In fact, well, not many cities in Britain have a Bohemian Quarter as such, or even maybe nowhere in Britain has a Bohemian Quarter. Or does it? Let's have a look. I'll keep walking down Magdalen Road now. Ordinary houses, as you see. Ordinary streets, but then ordinary house, ordinary street. You could get this anywhere in the country, probably. And interestingly, Magdalen Road is spelt like that. That is, it says Magdalen. Now, it's pronounced Maudlin, but it's spelt Magdalen, as in Mary Magdalene. I don't know why that is. It's something you could write another Da Vinci Code about, or Holy Blood, Holy Grail. It's one of those sort of mysteries, which I don't really know why. Anyway, suddenly you come to this, right? This is Sylvester's Stores, and it's kind of a DIY gardening plant pots. You see, lots of DIY stuff in there, tools, supplies, hardware, basically. Sylvester's. Now, that's a privately owned independent shop. Just a moment, there's a lorry coming past. One moment. And apparently, there has been, apparently it's a very old one. I mean, this shop has been here, I gather, for over a century. And there's been shops, apparently there's been a shop in this area for a very, very long time. Now, you may think, well, that's all right, it's just one little shop in the middle of a street. You come over here, and you come to the inner bookshop, 111 Magdalen Road. Now, this is a shop, this is a very interesting shop, because it's, according to their advertisement, they sell everything from aliens to Zen. In other words, if you look at the titles, they tend to be on sort of spiritual and esoteric themes. So it's what you call mind, body, spirit. It's a specialist mind, body, spirit shop. Again, it's quite old. It's been here a long time. Look at the symbols there up there. You can get all kinds of stuff from, you know, esoteric fiction, but also occult magic stuff, science fiction, things such as aliens, conspiratorial matters. You get all of David Icke's books here, and you can put all the stuff online. So, again, so we have two of these shops, these non-conformist shops. Now, what's next door to the inner bookshop? But the Magic Cafe. Now, this is an amazing place because it is. It's like a community. They say it's an independent place, but you go in there and there's all kinds of. You can get organic, vegetarian meals, and all the stuff in there is kind of like it's material about to do with social justice, environmentalism, things like that. So it's kind of it's a very, very bohemian kind of place. The Magic Cafe, 110. I do recommend dropping in there. We'll carry on down Magdalen Street here. Sorry, Magdalen Road. Yeah, you mustn't confuse it actually, because Magdalen Road is something entirely different. It's actually, Magdalen Road's in town, it's in the city centre. Alright, this is Magdalen Road. Yeah, Magdalen Road is here. See, Magdalen Road is here. There. And Magdalen Street is in the city centre. You mustn't get those two mixed up. So we'll carry on down here a little bit further. Now, what else are we going to see here on our passage down through this unusual area? Just cross back over this road now. There's a couple of quite ordinary newsagents, and you might think, well, that's it then, isn't it? That's the end of it. No, no, there's something else here, see? What you have here is a photography gallery, look. Chris King Photography. How about that? Now, how often do you get like a... And there's all kinds of artwork in there, see? There's also, it's a kind of an art gallery, as well as a photography place. See, publishing, advertising, all that sort of thing they do. And then that's amazing, isn't it? And again, we've only come a short distance from the Magic Cafe and the inner bookshop. Now you cross over this side of the road, city properties, residential letting and management. That's a very conformist thing to have around here, I think. And here you get a couple of these. There's the Couscous Cafe, and that's what, as it says, it's a cafe. I'm sure it serves couscous and other things. But this is a new one, actually, Oxfork. That's a good name. Now that's a delicatessen, and you go in there and you can have a nice meal. Iced latte, £2.30, Oxfork. Now that, as I said, is kind of like another non-conformist type place. So, amazingly, we've had the inner bookshop and Sylvester's, Magic Cafe. Now we have all this here. So, is there a connection? That could be coincidence, couldn't it? Let's carry on a bit further and see what we have here. Now we've got a house there with bunting outside. You know, obviously it must be something to do with the royal wedding or the Olympics, isn't it? But look at this. It's a church, Evangelical Free Church. That's interesting. Free churches, of course, are kind of... Oh, can I help you?
I've seen you on
Have
YouTube.
You? Oh, I am, yes. My name's Ben.
Yeah,
How do you do? What's your name?
You're doing about the architects, weren't you?
Yes, I have done.
Architecture and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Freemasonry.
I have done a bit of that. Yes, that's right. Yeah,
What are you doing now?
Well, I'm just making another film. Actually, I'm in the middle of shooting it now. Do you want to be on? Do you want to be on?
No,
all right, it's all right. So.
I'm shy.
No problem. Anyway,
okay,
yeah.
What's you doing about this time?
Well, this is about this sort of. I'm just walking along here, filming all these different, very sort of non-conformist and bohemian kind of places, like the inner bookshop and the Magic Cafe. It seems like there's a whole load of them here, you know, and I'm sort of like going along around here. So.
You've got my hometown T-shirt on.
Prestatyn. You come from Prestatyn?
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. It's I went to the Queen Fan Club convention there, so since the back. What's your name? Or just
Steve.
Steve, right?
Yeah,
so you don't have to give your whole name, but yeah, Steve.
It's
It's nice to meet you, and this will be uploaded later.
Yes, I was interested in what you were saying because it is all true what you're saying. You know, the Freemasonry and I'm a Christian, so you know, the thing is, I believe that God has everything under control.
Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, well, that's it. Well, I mean, a lot of people have different ways of expressing sort of spiritual ideas, you know, and some people can do that through Christianity.
Yes.
It's not for me, but I'm not an atheist, you know. I've discussed this before in the films, you know. I'm a kind of ecumenical, kind of pantheistic person, you know. Well, it's nice to meet you, Steve.
Yeah, take care.
Take care, mate. Yeah,
Bye.
Bye. Oh right, so that's twice now. I've had fans coming up to me in the street. Amazing. I'm going to have to get a pen and a piece of paper so I can write autographs. Anyway, it was like, yeah. This is the Magdalen Road Evangelical Church, and you got up here and then let's have a look in next. This is a strangely quiet place, I find, actually. But there's some interesting stones here, laid by Mrs. 1901. See, this stone was very, very old. There's all these different stones here with dates on. Now we go in here now. Oh, strangely enough, though, I mean, this is an odd thing. Right, it's not like most churches, because most churches you can just walk into and most of the time they're open, but this one isn't, you know. So, I mean, I don't know where the congregations get to, you know, it's a strange thing. Perhaps they've been Peter Tatchelled. So let's carry on down here. Now, we're at the end of our sort of... Well, there's an interesting car. There's a very bohemian looking car there, you see, with some decorations. So you get a lot of things like that. Now you walk along here a bit further, and of course we get to the place with the bunting. But is it? Look, that's not bunting. Those are prayer flags. Well, Buddhist. This here is Thrangu House, the Buddhist centre, and as you see here, may the transmission and realisation of the teachings increase. And that is the Thrangle House Buddhist Centre. Now, it's quite remarkable actually. Hello. Hello. I'm just making a little film about this area, so I like your little flags here. I thought it would just... No, not you. It's just... I like those little flags there, they're nice. And so that's the Thrangle House Buddhist Centre. Now, we come a bit further and suddenly we're just back where we were before. There's just normal houses, and nothing unusual at all, just normal houses. And there's the old site of Sylvester's there. But now, isn't that remarkable? I mean, from here on, it's pretty much normal. Well, normal. I say normal, not quite, because the Samaritans are down there. Now, I mean, in this day and age, unfortunately, the Samaritans, which is where you just phone them up if you've got a problem, and you talk to them if you're feeling sad or upset or things are getting too much for you. Now, sadly, in this day and age, being in the Samaritans is a non-conformist thing, because in this day and age, you know, compassion, sharing a problem, looking after other people is not sort of like acceptable. It's frowned upon because it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, man. Every man for himself. It's the law of the jungle. You know, as I was saying earlier on about Charles. Yeah, man. Survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. There's no place for Samaritans in that world. Well, out there, now at the end there's the Pegasus Theatre. So that's a kind of semi-conformist, semi-non-conformist place, because it's sort of like, does a lot of community kind of theatre. Now, this is really remarkable because it's all over now. It's just, everything from here is just normal. We have come, I'd say, less than 150 yards. And all these things I've just shown you are within that space. So, what we're looking at is, it's a mini Bohemian Quarter. It's Oxford's mini Bohemian Quarter, just a short, you know, just a tiny little section of this street where the culture is totally different. You know, and it'd be nice. I mean, I expect you're thinking, well, Ben, why don't you live around here? You know, why don't you move in? And well, the answer is I can't afford. The rent round here is much higher than where I live now. You see, so I can't, but I'd like to. I mean, I live about a mile in that direction. I live at a place known as Cowley Centre. You know, where the rent is lower. It's a cheap place. It's where all the scruff bags hang out. You know, with their big lot, with their big jeans and their trainers and their football shirts, drinking beer and Red Bull and eating fish and chips. Ah, yeah. I'm sorry, that's a bit of a kind of stereotype, you know what I mean. Anyway, that is Oxford's mini Bohemian Quarter, Maudlin Street. I'll put, it's, to get to it, I mean, it's really out of the way. I mean, it's between Iffley Road and Cowley Road in East Oxford, if you want to find it. It's called Magdalen Road, spelt like Mary Magdalene. I don't know why Maudlin means sad and miserable, so I don't know why that is. But anyway, that's Oxford's mini non-conformist, Rive Gauche, Latin Quarter type Bohemian district. Thanks for watching HPANWO TV. Hospital Porters, pride and dignity, stop the New World Order.